Welcome to Oceanopolis, and I am Mayor Kevin. Our city is safe, water resilient, and exceptionally efficient in many different ways. We have everything you need from schools, police stations, fire stations, transportation, recreational centers, healthcare, and much more.
I'm Daisy, and I'm proud to be one of the professional engineers here who helped design Oceanopolis.
I'm Sophie, and I'm a resident here at Oceanopolis. My family chose to settle here for many different reasons. This city has all the basic city necessities, and one of them that stood out most is how the city deals with its water usage problems.
Our city has a population of 200,000, along with about 40,000 visitors per day, and an average growth rate of 3% per year.
You might be wondering how we provide enough water for all these people. It's because of our freshwater system. We have a water desalination and purification plant, which heats seawater and gets rid of salt. Freshwater is made this way.
纸，他说的是纸。
When I go outside to take a walk, I see these green patches with drains in the middle of them. What are those?
Those are bioswales that collect and filter
纸
runoff， water.
你帮着纸，他说的时候你帮着纸，你说的是他帮着纸啊。
The water is eventually refined and redirected through pipes into buildings, so you can have even more clean and healthy drinkable water.
When natural disasters hit, such as hurricanes or floods, how does Oceanopolis deal with them?
We also have ARC hotels. Not only are these hotels, hotels, but they're also a place for safety. It can shift into submarine mode, where the entire hotel goes underwater to protect it from hurricanes. Something else special about these ARC hotels is that they're completely self-sustainable. Our buildings on the mainland are also very secure because of their placement on the land and the materials they're made of.
Arc hotels that float on water, that seems really hard to build and also super time consuming. How did you guys design them so well?
We used the engineering design process to design these floating hotels. We defined the problem, researched it, brainstormed solutions, designed it digitally, developed the prototype, tested the solution, improved the redesign, and finally communicated our results with other engineers, which helped us improve the model.
Throughout the past, Oceanopolis has faced major hurricanes, and our city was well prepared as always. Once the natural disasters go far enough that everyone here is safe, the floating parts float back up to the surface again. I know that our city has similar buildings, although they're on the ground level. There are also shelters where residents can go into that take them underground.
Our architecture is something that Oceanopolis citizens hold close to their hearts. We have many indoor vertical farms. Everything begins with the lowest food chain species, such as algae, which we have several 50,000-gallon tanks of.
The genetically engineered algae species that can be grown in just 5 days consume chicken manure, which is rich in phosphorus and nitrogen. We implemented the algae tanks next to power plants, so that way the CO2 emissions from the power plant pump into algae tanks, which then produce oxygen. As a result, our city produces a small number of greenhouse gases and protects the earth from global warming.
I heard they eventually ship algae powder to fish farms as fish food. Why do we do that?
Many fish farms use specially formulated water that is free of pathogens, bacteria, viruses, or parasites, so they do not consume antibiotic chemicals. Best of all, the products of the fish farms never go down due to the waste that the fish produce. The fish tanks have pipes to collect fish manure as nutrients for our vertical farms, which eventually turn into our savory dishes.
Sophie, what is your favorite part of city life besides enjoying the delicious food?
I like to go to the city library. There are many exciting events such as workshops, hands-on experiments, and science forums. My favorite event of the library is city design and development. I noticed in these buildings that there are a lot of products that use a lot of energy. How do we get this much energy yet have such little emissions in the atmosphere?
We use many different energy sources such as nuclear fusion, solar panels, wind and water turbines, etc., which are all clean sources of energy. But most of these energy sources provide only a small amount of energy, which is why we use some carbon-emitting energy sources. Though there may be a small amount of carbon in the air, our algae farms can take care of it.
I like to say that our transportation infrastructure is excellent. Not only can people travel easily and fast, but our roads are also integrated with other city functions such as water and storm management. Our roads have solar energy production capability, water absorbance, and filtration that soaks up flood water. Our city can return back to normal as quickly as possible after a natural disaster hits. So what are you waiting for? Check us out!